Good morning, sunshines. Catley Carroll here, and I want to share with you why I'm so damn proud of myself and our family, and talk to you about the good stuff regarding my son's cancer adventure. So today is the 1 year anniversary. Of course, you guys, as you jump on, we always say good morning, sunshine, or hashtag DMS in the comments or reply backs, and then anything that we're grateful for. I'm grateful for this discussion in our 1 year anniversary. Okay, so a year ago, I was right this day prepping to go to the hospital with my little one, and I had been having a I don't want to say terrible time, but I think it was a terrible time for the past like 3 weeks before that. And my husband was out of town. My parents were out of town. I had my big kids, my 3-year-old, then my 1-year-old, and I needed to take my 1-year-old to the hospital. I was trying to figure out how to pack, what to pack to get prepped to do this thing called a water deprivation test, thinking that if it came back positive, all it meant that he would be on some medication following that, like that it wasn't really a big deal. Good morning, Joni. Walked into the hospital, and most of you guys have been following know what happened next, but my world forever changed. Our world forever changed. His world forever changed. A lot of your worlds forever changed because you guys are such big followers, supporters, and your prayers have forever changed, right? And in that moment, I just feel like the rug was like pulled from underneath us, right? We found out within the next 24 hours that he had a disease called AVPD, arginine vasopressin deficiency, because of a pituitary tumor. With that tumor, he can't produce a hormone that makes him stop peeing, which is why he was drinking so much and so dehydrated. And then that led us to doing a full PET scan. So in the time of just like 10 days, he was like went under anesthesia. I was so scared of anesthesia, you guys, but multiple times, right? He had to get an MRI. He had to do a PET scan. Then we found another tumor in his hip. They did a biopsy. They found out that it was a cancer, a rare cancer, an immune disorder called Langerhans cell histiocytosis. I remember specifically, you guys, when we came in and there's videos of this, right? Like when we came back in from the first scans, my husband had an emergency flight out from California. So we were all there at this time, and we walked in, and by the time we got back up from our MRI, there was a team of doctors in there. There was an oncologist and an endocrinologist, a neurosurgeon, our general like doctor for the time right there. And I remember like feeling like I was going to pass out. But as the doctors explained what they saw, they wrote on the whiteboard, like, this is survivable, but your lives will never be the same. Or there is something along those lines. I have a picture of it, right? And she was right. She was right? Knowing that there's hope, that this is something that we can fight, but our lives would never be the same is the case. And here's what I want to share about today on the 1 year anniversary. My mom just recently asked me, she's like, how are you doing? Like, it feels really heavy stepping into this. And I said, you know what? It's interesting. I'm feeling different than that. I was feeling pretty heavy a month ago when I was looking back at like a year before that, where it was like life was normal, right? We were getting ready for graduation. We were going to Mexico for our annual company trip. We were just doing life. A year ago, right now, I was in the pits of hell, right? I don't really even remember all of the next 3 to 4 months. I remember continuously just thinking it was going to be okay. Like I'll get to start working in a month. It's going to get better in another month. It's going to change in 2 more months. And then realizing that wasn't the case, like that this is a full on healing journey for what's going to end up being 16, 17 months, not to mention the chemo hangover. And I don't even know what that means or what that's like, but right. Just examining and going back and reflecting, I told her, I said, I actually feel really good. And I feel really proud. I feel really proud of myself. It's been a rough year, and I'm proud of myself for doing my best along the way. Hasn't been perfect. Some might not even call it good, but I'm proud of myself for doing my best. I'm proud of myself for the way that I come to taking care of all of my babies. I'm proud of myself for the transition that I made from being full-time work addict and just in love with my job, and then making this huge swing and shift as a caretaker, which is only if there's any other caretaker moms, just give me a little heart in there because you know what it's like, right? Or moms that are working, or parents, not just moms, right? With kids with disabilities, because that's what Whit and John will have permanently with his ADPD. I'm proud of myself for making that change. I'm proud of myself for handling consistent like setbacks and slaps. That time where we went in and we found 5 new tumors after his first 2 chemos didn't work, and being able to breathe through it, like, just being able to continue on with my practices of gratitude. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for continuously doing gratitudes. I'm proud of my faith. I'm proud of my connection with God. I'm proud that I've grown through this process and chosen that. I'm proud that I've been able to come on here and authentically share with you guys continuously throughout the process, during the good times, the bad times, the challenging times, sharing the tears, sharing the laughter, sharing the humor, because there you guys saw there was some time where I was like, I gotta stop sharing because I got so much hate back. But connecting with the fact that if you're going to have a big impact, you're going to have the haters come at you too, and that's just part of the process, and learning that that's okay. And I'm proud of where we're at today. I'm also proud of myself for connecting with what's going on, because something keeps happening, right? Like, we're getting closer to the end of chemo. We only have until October here. And like, I keep wanting to like dive in. Like 2 days ago, I woke up and like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm getting right back on my healthy track. I'm going to make sure I'm going to be so focused, and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm going to get my 6-pack back, and I'm going to blah, blah, blah. Like, I was like, yeah. And I'm going to start writing all these things. And then all of a sudden, like, I look around and my day is completely chaotic, and there's no time for any of that. We go from a funeral to being with the family and doing different things to trying to like do bedtime. I don't know, just all the stuff, the life stuff. But I'm able to catch myself in that, right? And realize, you know what, Cal, like, I know that that's going to come, but like right now it's not that time yet. I'm proud of myself for learning that presence. And I can like really just sit with friends now, and my brain and my mind and everything is fully just where I'm at instead of somewhere else trying to complete a project or something. So I know that kind of sounds weird. Some people are like, why is she sitting here telling how proud she is? But there are things that you've done in your life. There's things that you're doing right now. And to look at yourself and say, I'm proud of you. And I know this shit is hard. And I know that our journeys can be like, man, it seems like a tornado at times. But like to look at yourself like, I'm proud of yours. I'm proud of myself for drinking tea every morning. Literally. A protein tea. Like, that's so healthy for me. And I've continued that habit. I'm so proud of myself. Right? So here we are 1 year later. My gosh, the way that things are different, you guys, the good. I just have to share a couple things with you, okay? And if you guys have any questions about the process, I would love to answer any of those. But like, we're here 1 year later. Whit and John, when we went in the hospital, his appointment like 6 months before that, 4 months before that, he weighed 27 pounds. He dropped down to about 24.6 pounds. You guys have seen pictures. He was so teeny tiny. He wasn't getting nutrition in his body. He is up over 32 pounds. So he's gained like 8 pounds. Huge deal, right? I measured him yesterday when he started the process, like through whatever, he like grew like centimeters. And then when he started his new chemo, I have him like barely growing. He's up, I think, over 2.5 inches. Little man's growing so good. He's eating some things, right? He's eating apples. He's eating pizza. I know it depends on the day and the chemo, whatever, but he's learning to eat more. I know he will only wear footsie pajamas, but he will also go around just in his diaper or naked at the house, which is a big deal because he will take the footsie pajamas off. These are all huge wins. He's sleeping sometimes. He slept twice through the night. That was really cool, but we got to have an ice cream date in the middle of last night too. And his demeanor, you guys, like right now, we tried to go to the movies 2 days ago. We did it once before and he was fine. I think he was still like chemo tired. He had so much energy. The kid was like running in we had to leave because he had so much energy, because he is so happy. Right now, him and his brother are down there playing like crazy little boys, just like brothers, a 2-year-old and 4-year-old. They've got blankets out and they're pulling around each other on the blankets. And I don't even know. They're just doing what kids do, right? And his demeanor and his mannerisms are so amazing. Like it's so wonderful. We don't really know exactly what we're doing the ABBD medication, but I'm learning about it. I'm proud of myself for that. I change doses every single day depending on what's going on, but I'm learning how to recognize that, and that's going to be a lifelong thing. I've made pleasant relationships with an endocrinologist here. I advocated for our specialists in Texas. I forgot to even say how proud I am about that. But we've got doctors all over the place. We've got specialists everywhere that are working with him in his journey. And now, you guys, we have chemo starting on Monday, right? Then we have a round in July, more scans in July, a round in August, round in September, more scans in October. And hopefully we're going to be ringing the bell at that time. So it's been a journey. And life sometimes it throws something at you that you would never, ever, ever want or wish upon yourself or ever in a million years on anyone else. And you wish you could take that pain away. You wish you could, take it all away and just take on the burden yourself. But God has a plan. And I just shared the video last night of my vision of that, my story about that, my telling of that before we even got any of the diagnoses, right? And I do not want to go through anything that we've gone through again, but I am thankful. I am thankful for what we've got to experience and how we've got to grow through it. And I'm thankful because I know God's been here on the whole journey. And again, I wouldn't choose it, but I do have to say I'm thankful. So cheers to Whit and John's 1 year anniversary to the beginning of the wildest storm that will forever change and impact our lives. But we're choosing for it to change and impact our lives in a positive manner. Guys, I love you so much. If you're in the middle of a storm right now, or if you're not, doesn't matter, light and love to you. And I would really encourage you guys when you get off this, just like if any of you do this, please just comment that I did it, just to walk to the mirror and just say, I am proud of you. Pick anything that you're proud of. You got out of bed this morning, right? Just tell her or him that you are so proud of them. Okay, guys, love you so much. Good morning, sunshines. Thank you for being a part of our journey. Thank you for your continuous prayers, your continuous messages, the random gifts that we receive, all of the things that you guys have done for our family over the last year. Nothing's changing with me sharing what we're going on, but I just wanted to do a 1 year update. All right, bye.